Hey guys, I'm bringing you a deck profile of my normal monster deck on Dev Pro. I just recently moved over here from Dueling Network. It's a little easier to deal with the rulings on here. And don't ignore the side deck. It's just cards I was thinking about running but decided not to. Um, Basically the goal is play nothing but level 4 normal monsters and support cards and an extra deck full of cool stuff. Honestly, I owned Two-Man Cell Battle in real life, and I kind of always wanted to make a deck around it, never could make it. So I hopped online, fired up Dev Pro, and just started throwing things in. Basically, it's not that complicated. It's 3 Alexandrite Dragons, 3 Gene Warped Werewolf, Heliotrope. Basically, you just search normal monsters, 4 stars, and add some of the highest attacks and the highest defenses there are. There's a few monsters with 2100 defense you can run. I only run 3 sets of them. 1 Delta attacker for, I'm gonna change the settings. The music's always a little loud for me. Delta attacker, if you have 3 normal monsters with the same name, you can use it and all 3 can attack directly, and it with 2-man cell battle is really easy because during your end phase you can summon either player's end phase. The turn player can summon 1 level 4 normal monster from the hand. It has to be level 4 and normal, so not a lot of decks run level 4 normals, and especially most of them don't run a ton of them. So you're very much only going to be the one getting your effect, and I doubt you'll ever get in a mirror match for this kind of deck. So use it, get 3 Alexandrites or 3 Gene Warped on the field. Delta attacker next turn if they survive. That's 6,000 damage right there. Still a good card. 1 MST for those pesky cards you need to get rid of. I wish I could run more, but I don't run Heavy Storm because I run a lot of continuous. There's 1 order to charge out of 1 extra spot, and it was between it and the other things in the side deck. But I decided on it because with 2-man cell battle you don't really lose monster presence that much. So basically you tribute a normal monster and you can destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field. One of the 2 main cards of the deck, or 3 main cards of the deck, the 2-man cell battle, I explained what it does. Then there's the Heart of the Underdog. There's a few Exodia deck variants of this. I choose not to use those because, well, it's an Exodia deck. I run Heart of the Underdog for draw power. During the draw phase, when you draw a normal monster, you can draw 1 more by showing it to your opponent. If you have 2 or 3 of these on the field, your draw power is insane because they stack. Like, if you draw a normal monster, you can reveal it to draw 2 more if you have 2 of them on the field. And it's just really good draw power, and if you keep drawing, like, I'm gonna show a little footage at the end of how this deck works from a replay. That's another thing I like about Death Pro, the replays, where this gives me like 4 draws in a row from an empty hand to a full hand. It's awesome. There's the Amulet of Ambition. When you get those monsters you just can't get over, equipped to a normal monster. If it battles a monster with higher level, the equipped monster gains 500 attack times the difference in levels during the battle only. When it's into the graveyard, you can choose to return it to your deck, to the top of the deck. I mean, say they sack for Caius, okay, summon one of these 1900 beaters, equip it with Amulet, it becomes a 2900 beater because Caius is a 6-star, I believe. 2 common cherries. Excuse me. Basically, more draw power, draw 2, then remove the player normal in your hand. Basically, kind of like a Lure of Darkness in trap form for normal monsters. It's just a good draw power because, I mean, I run, let's see, 24 monsters. So I'm almost always going to have a normal monster ready. And this card shuts down a lot of decks. You'd be surprised. I went up against the Spellbook deck, and just getting this out basically caused them to lose. You tribute 2 normal monsters with 2-man cell battle. If you open up 2 normal monsters, 2-man cell battle in one of these, you pretty much have them off turn 1. Just summon 1, 2-man cell battle the other one at the end, and then during their turn chain this. Tribute 2 normal monsters, and neither player can normal special summon effect monsters, which you can't summon like your Xyz except for Gemini Pearl. That's why I run one of him. But think about it. There's very few decks that's going to get around this without destroying it or negating it. So it puts them something to have to get over, and if they don't run back or destruction, they're not. I mean, they can still set and flip summon, but it really hurts a lot of decks. For the extra deck, I run some of the bigger 4-star ones, like the 3 level 4 monster ones. A Shark Drake, Ouroboros, of course a Gemini Pearl, Bylon Sigma, 2 Utopias, a Thunderspark Dragon, a Shockmaster, a Papilio Operative, I guess. I'm not good at pronouncing things, I'm sorry. A Black Ship of Corn, Roach, 2 Mistrokes, because I like Mistroke. I think I'm going to trade out something and put 2 Daigusto Emeralds, because it's just really good in this deck. I don't know why I didn't run 2 or 3 of them in the first place. and one Gaga Cowboy in case you need that extra burn damage or get over a monster if you need to. I mean, I was thinking about running Miss Body or Dark Factory, but I was thinking about running some Synchros with Natural Tune, but it didn't really work that well. And, I mean, I never dueled with those. I just kind of thought I mean, having to play a spell card just to sync, it kind of slows things down. It's faster just to go for Exceeds. But yeah, this is the normal deck, and it's really fun to run because people just don't expect you to bring out tons of normal monsters. And I went up against this Archfiend player, and I've never seen an Archfiend deck before, so I thought it was kind of nice I didn't go up against one of the high tier meta decks. And I thought I was going to lose for a while, then the hard underdog pretty much saved me. Well, I'll just go record the replay. It's going to be in fast motion. But I've run over all the cards, so if you see a card of mine you don't know what it does, you can just go back to this part of the video. So, I'll see you guys on the replay. Okay, I'm back with the replay of the match I was talking about. I like this. I really do. Because look, you can swap to the opponent's point of view and everything. Oh, you can even look at their extra deck in their deck. That's sweet. Huh. I like Death Pro. I didn't really think I'd like it at first, but I do like it. But basically, you know, opening hand, I'm just going to kind of play it. Plays really fast, so basically, he's doing his Archfiend plays. I'm not really sure what that deck does. I mean, it worked pretty well for a while, but then again, my deck's not exactly meta, so I can't really say it's a great deck, because I wouldn't know. I don't really keep track of the most meta decks. I keep track of a few of them, but I don't really like playing them or playing against them. I like the random stuff you just never see, whether it's good or not. It's just that crazy moment when something you never expect to win wins. But basically, you know, I use the Amulet to get over his Caius. I got my 2-man cell battle in Heart of the Underdog play. And basically, I'm just going to use that to stay alive. And I drew into Common Charity. It's a good card. I set all, and I think it scares him or something because he goes for his play. He just doesn't do anything. And then Heart of the Underdog, just 4 draws in a row, gives me tons of monsters. Then I can do 2 more for Common Charity. I get a second Heart of the Underdog, a MST for his field spell, so he'll take damage when I use it. I thought I could chain it during the next standby phase, but it wouldn't let me. And if I need to summon even more monsters, I can do 2-man cell battles twice if I want to, by activating that. But here, Heart of the Underdog gives me a ton more draws. I mean, the draw power with Heart of the Underdog in this deck is insane. Like, you just see me draw. My hand is way over what it should be because of this. Then it stays back row. I set the order to charge so I could take out this guy. And I thought he might go for a play. That's why I did that. And he tributed it for this guy. And I was able to use order to charge to destroy it. Went for a Shockmaster. He bottomless, but it doesn't even matter. Because look, in phase, 2 more Evil Storm Heliotropes. And then I have this whenever he goes for his play, which he doesn't, so he just ends, and then I'll activate this anyway. He can't do effect monsters now because this is on the field, and his deck's entirely effect monsters. He drew an MST, which is kind of sad, but still I have him on the ropes here because I just have a constant monster presence and a lot of draw power and a lot of summoning power. I always wanted to, like I said, I always wanted to have a normal deck, just normal monsters, just to show people the normal monsters aren't completely bad if you have a deck around them. So right now, I mean, I could activate Common Charity because I probably will draw into a normal monster. If I don't, here I can activate this, but I choose not to. I choose to do it, and then I do into this. It's the second one, by the way. If you have 2 on the field, it's the second one you draw that determines whether or not you can draw again. And at this point, I'm wondering, am I going to deck out? So I basically choose not to activate it for the next turn. And the duel's pretty much over at this point. And I was going to go for a play, and he just surrendered. But you see what this deck can do. It's, like I said, it's not the best deck in the world. It takes a bit of setup, but it's just really fun to use. I've never seen anyone run a deck, like, I've seen a couple other, like, normal decks, but I've never seen anyone run 2-man cell battle, Heart of the Underdog, and all that. I got the Amulet card. One of my friends told me about it. And same for the Tyrant's Throws. I figured I'll throw them in while I was building the continuous spell part of the deck. Honestly, it's just, I mean, it's just a fun deck to play, and it's kind of crazy. So, I guess that's really it. I don't really have anything else to talk about for it. I will catch you guys later.